Hi, everybody, and welcome to Edward Medina Gymnasium in Espanola. I can do this in Espanola. And tonight, the first round, the opening round of the state term of the 2022 New Mexico State Championships. This is the first round, and it'll be between Los Alamos High School Hilltoppers, of course, and the Espanola Valley Sun Devils. Sun Devils are the home team, and the first round and the quarterfinals are going to be played at the gym of the higher seed. So, if Los Alamos wins this ball game, if everything goes the way it's supposed to go in the bracket, and Los Alamos wins this ball game, their next game would be at silver. so Silver City. So the girls just got through traveling to Portales, but this is Gene Mortensen, along with my good buddy Mike Mays, and it's going to be our pleasure to bring this ball game tonight, this opening game of the New Mexico High School 2022 state tournament. And so these two teams have faced each other twice before, and they split during the regular season. Espanola won here, Los Alamos won in Los Alamos. So Mike, it's going to be wild here. This place is starting to pack in the entire bottom of the gymnasium. This is a big gymnasium anyway. And boy, I mean, it's the entire bottom set of bleachers is completely jammed, and the top part is starting to fill up pretty well. So the parking lot, I haven't seen that many cars in a parking lot in a long time. So anyway, Mike, this should be an interesting ball game. These two teams, both these teams have shown that they're capable of winning this ball game.
Yeah, they really have. The signature win for the Los Alamos Hilltopper boys basketball team actually came in Los Alamos not too long ago against these same Espanola Valley Sun Devils. That was a big win for Los Alamos, who really had to battle. We really didn't know what to expect going into that ball game. But Toppers handled the Sun Devils pretty well up there in Griffith Gymnasium. Toppers are hoping for a repeat performance. This is a little bit different atmosphere, though, as you said, Jen. This is a big gym. It's about, I think the capacity is close to 4,000 if I recall correctly. And yeah, we got quite a few of those folks here tonight, and this is going to be a very, very raucous crowd. The Hilltoppers finished off the regular season looking very, very good. Unfortunately for them, they lost a game that we were very surprised they were lost in that first round of the district championship tournament, or their first game of the district championship tournament, falling to the Milwaukee Valley Elks. And Toppers just were not sharp in that game at all.
No, they weren't.
So the Toppers will have the work cut out for them here against a very solid unit. The Sun Devils come in with a record of 20 wins and 7 losses overall. With Gabe Martinez, their head coach, they were 6-2 in district, losing to Taos and Los Alamos. The Hilltoppers, meanwhile, 15-12 overall, 5-3 in district. And like I said, a couple of solid wins for the Toppers this season. Really what helped them get into the state tournament. And the Toppers hoping to pick things up a little bit. Benito Maestas, has had really seen a pretty solid season out of his group. And let's see what the group wants to do today. I think we're about to have our national anthem. This, of course, being the state tournament, there's going to be a fair amount of pomp and circumstance ahead of the ball game, and a lot of that. I'm a little upset that we're not going to see any senior night action, though.
Yeah, no, bummer.
So again, we could have started this game at 7:15 and not lost anything, but now they try to get these going pretty well on time. So I think they're about to do that.
Yeah, they get pretty frantic sometimes too about the time situation. And well, right now anyway, Mike, they're both teams. Espanola is lined up across their free throw line. Hilltopper is lined up in front of their bench, And once again, Mike, we have no scoreboard. The last time we came here, of course, there was no scoreboard. They have a big TV set looking thing on the balcony on the other side for us, and the only thing we can see is the score and the time. We have no way of keeping track of unless we do it ourselves, and that's not very easy keeping track of personal fouls, of individual personal fouls. We try to keep up with the team fouls if we can. The scoreboard here was a big, huge scoreboard up hanging from the ceiling. And not too long ago, it caught on fire. Some kind of a short circuit or something, set it on fire, and then it promptly came plowing down onto the court on fire, set the court on fire. So there's a big, huge, right there in the middle of the court where they had to repair all this, and so Espanola had to play their games at other gyms while they got this thing done. But anyway, we don't have any. We have no. All I can say is that we have a big TV set across from us, and so now I think we're having. What do we have here? A silent moment. Yeah, I think we just had a moment of silence.
Moment of silence. Unfortunately, I did not hear who that was for.
No, I couldn't either.
Well, that moment of silence is over, as you can probably hear. So that's over with.
Yeah. So we'll have a nice anthem. So, Mike, I'm guessing. All right. So, Mike, I'm guessing the starting lineup is for going to be the same for Los Alamos. So, Benito's been starting. Do you want to run through that?
Well, sure thing. The Toppers have kept more or less the same starting lineup throughout the entire season. That is, there was no point trying to go down to the scores table.
No.
We never would have gotten back. But the starting five for Los Alamos typically has been Nico Garcia. He's a 6-foot sophomore. Ryan Zeke, a 6'2" senior. Joshua Woodson, a 5'10" senior. Wesley Stanfield, a 5'11" senior. And a 6-foot senior, Elijah Ortiz. So the Toppers hoping to get really their perimeter game going. The Sun Devils love to shoot the three-pointer. So we're going to see a lot of those. If they happen to be on, the Toppers are going to have to try to keep up. A lot of that is going to fall on Elijah Ortiz and Nico Garcia trying to shoot from long range. And Wesley Stanfield has actually been very effective in the last several ball games, really with the medium range jump shots and driving to the basket. So he's going to be looked on to kind of loosen up the defense, whatever the Toppers want to do. So that has been our regular starting five. We have no reason at this point to believe that that's going to change a whole lot. As we head, I think we're just about ready for the national anthem here.
Yeah, we have the ROTC now coming out to present the colors, and then we will have the national anthem. So we're going to take a little short break while all that takes place. Okay, we have completed the national anthem, and we'll wait for Rossi to walk off the floor, and we'll have the start. They will have the starting lineup for both of these teams. And normally, what they've been doing is, depending where you go, if you go to Los Alamos, they only introduce the starters. We got, the day is long enough as it is, and
that is very true.
Without dragging it out anymore.
Very true.
When you go to the pit, for instance, it's like they introduce the first game. They introduce all the starters. They introduce everybody, and then the second game that they play, they just introduce the starters. So I never understood that one either. So anyway. But anyway, Mike, we're about now, right? We are ready. It's interesting, too, because the way this district turned out, it became a battle between Espanola and Taos, and they split each other. And so during the season, they split. And so that was the only loss for Taos. And so normally what it would have come down to is Los Alamos and Taos would have ended up in a tie. They would have had to have then a playoff game normally on a Monday night to decide who is the actual regular season district champion. But Los Alamos, they threw a monkey wrench into that as they defeated the Sun Devils 47-40 in Los Alamos, and that defeat actually cost the Sun Devils the district championship, the regular season district championship. And then these two in Dallas, and then Espanola and Taos met for the district championship, actually, and Taos won that one in Taos. So, and that was a very close ball game. It was only 3 points, 57-54. And it was interesting too when they played up in Los Alamos. We were down 13 against the Sun Devils, and I think that was late in the second quarter, early third quarter. And all of a sudden, we just turned it on. We turned on the offense and we turned on the defense, and we just shut them down completely. It was amazing. And one of their top 3-point shooters, Marin Rodriguez, he was having a heck of a time. He couldn't hit anything. So he came out at halftime, and he just went by himself and took another player who rebounded for him. And Marin just went out and shot 3-pointers from around the 3-point line. He made 7 in a row. And so then I guess he was satisfied. And then the game started, and the very first shot that he took in the second half was very soon in the second half. And he shot a 3-pointer, and it was way off. I thought that was amazing after he made 7 in a row, and then all of a sudden he gets back in the game and he's completely off again. So
yeah, very, very, very odd. We have seen the Sun Devils shoot the lights out many, many times and just went ice cold in that second half. That was very surprising to see. And Topper took full advantage. Toppers really, after they got down early, really could have struggled, really could have just kind of phoned it in the rest of the way. But that was really some of the best battling I think we've seen this entire season by Los Alamos. And so that was great to see. So the Toppers will, Toppers hoping to have that exact same kind of showing tonight. And Gene, based on who's sitting on the bench and who's standing for Los Alamos, I think we're going to have a completely different look here. And of course we are. Why wouldn't we, Gene? What's the old saying? Make sure not to dance with who brung you.
Yeah, really.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. Mark Cleland going to get the start tonight. Yeah, the 6'10" senior, as will Roland Esch, the 6'4" senior. So Toppers, 2 big differences here in their start. Wow.
So we start things off, and they toss it up. Mark Cleland easily wins the tap for Los Alamos. And so we are underway as the Hilltoppers get it to Wesley Stanfield. Stanfield will bring it inside to Roland Esch, underneath to Mark Cleveland. He starts to go up, has the ball slapped away from him. Picked up now by Espanola, quickly down the and penetrating down the right side of the lane, and then dishing it off to the left side of the lane, and over to Malachi Jones, and Jones just lays it in for two. So he just had a wide open penetration. Nobody picked him up going down the right side of that lane. And then he just flipped it over across the lane over to Malachi. So the Hilltoppers were good. They got it inside to Cleveland, and Mark, I don't know whether I think he brought the ball down, but they just had no trouble just slapping it out of his hand. Wesley Stanfield comes into the lane, puts up a little floater as he comes across the free throw line. Quickly down on the other end, they get it to Jaden Martinez. He tries to take it to the hole, puts it up too short. Rebound comes down to Wesley Stanfield. Stanfield on the dribbles into the free throw circle. Has the ball knocked away from him. The ball's on the floor. Loose ball picked up by Marin Rodriguez. Rodriguez will get the ball back. Now to Jaden Martinez. Martinez into the corner. So it's trying that little give and go. And so Mark Cleveland is right now, his job is to take care of Malachi Jones. Shot comes into Jaden Martinez. His shot is partially blocked. Loose ball picked up by Roland Esch. Wesley Stanfield, three-point shot. That's off. And the rebound to Jaden Martinez. Martinez will walk it up for Espanola. So it's Martinez comes across the timeline, picks up his dribble, going to bring it out on top to Malachi Jones. Over now to Andre Lujan. That shot taken from the corner by Marin Rodriguez, the young man I talked about. And he cans it from the left corner, and it makes it now a 5-0 ball game. Wesley Stanfield on the dribble for Los Alamos. Going to get it to Nico Garcia, back to Wesley. Wesley starts to go with another three, and they actually make him change his mind. So now Elijah Ortiz puts up the three, and that is off. Rebound comes down quickly to Jaden Martinez. Martinez, well, he should be called for a walk, as he just lowered his shoulder and plowed into a couple of Hilltopper players. I mean, he just lowered his shoulder and he just dove into him. They're going to call Wesley Stanfield for the block. Unbelievable. That on the floor. So they just bounce it in, and the rebound is going to come down right now to Elijah Ortiz, and trying to steal the ball away from Elijah. And the personal foul is going to go to Marin Rodriguez. That'll be his first, and that's the first team foul. So both teams now with a team foul. Wesley Stanfield. So coming up the floor, and Wesley comes across the timeline, dribbles right into a trap. They get it in the corner. Elijah Ortiz, he's in a trap. So right now, Gabe Martinez with that trapping defense, and so Elijah Ortiz has to try to get it out to Nico Garcia, and Nico is clobbered. And they're going to call it on Nico? Unbelievable. Wow. Nico was clobbered. I mean, Jaden Martinez just went up in the air to try to intercept it and just.
Oh, no, they're going to change the call here.
Well, they should. My God. That was terrible.
Not sure whether I didn't see a different foul call, but they're changing the call here, so that will not go on Nico. But Gene, prior to that, Toppers dribbled straight into two different traps.
Yes, they
on
did.
The right side, and Ortiz was very lucky. He was even able to get that ball away.
Yes, he was. They had him pinned in a corner. He tried to bring it out to Nico, and then Jaden Martinez clobbered Nico. And then they said originally they gave the foul to Nico, and then changed their mind. Wesley Stanfield with it. Marin Rodriguez all over him. And Wesley with a little give and go. He goes up, and his shot is blocked. And Malachi Jones right there for the block. So Malachi, a 6'6" senior, will bring it inside to Mark Cleveland. Cleveland out to Wesley Stanfield. In the corner goes to Nico Garcia. And right now, Espanola, Nico coming down the baseline on the left side. he's going to be fouled on the floor. So that personal foul will go. Let's see, that's going to go. I believe that's going to go to, once again, to Marin Rodriguez. That's his second.
That's at least his second.
At least. Yes. Yes. Good point.
We really have no idea.
So Nico's going to having a lot of trouble getting it in, so he just lobs it high in the air to Mark Cleveland. Cleveland, 6'10", has no problem bringing that one down. And right now, that's just kind of been a little give and go to Roland Esch. Ball is knocked away from Esch, and boy, there's bodies everywhere on the floor. Nothing called. Roland, an outstanding football player, and boy, he took that to advantage because they're trying to steal the ball away from him. So he just lowered his shoulder and he decked a couple of Espanola players and they were all, which I couldn't believe. What they call now?
But yeah, Roland looked like you know where they set up those all those spare tires on that tree or something. That's what that looked like. He was doing that drill.
Yes, absolutely. Wesley Stanfield going to get it over to Nico, and then
I think we're getting a push off here by one of the toppers.
Yes, and right now Espanola being very, very physical. And last time that, like for instance, when Wesley Stanfield was trying to dribble out on top, Andre Lujan had his hands all over him, both hands. So he had both hands on his waist. So the Hilltoppers turned it over. Let's see that foul. I'm not sure who that was.
I don't even know that was a foul.
Yeah. And then taking it to the hole. And I mean, just lowering his shoulder, Andre Lujan. Nice penetration that time by Andre. And that personal foul is going to go to Wesley Stanfield. That's going to be his second. And I do believe that's, well, anyway, we're calling that the second team foul. So bear with us here. Lujan at the free throw line, left-handed shooter, and he puts it in. That makes it a 6-0 ball game. Hilltoppers, we have 3:39 left. So in over 4 minutes, the Hilltoppers have not scored. Lujan going to shoot the second one. 0.70 ball game. Hilltoppers bring it across.
By the way, Gene checking out is Wesley Stanfield with his ever second foul. Josiah Fresh gets in now, and he shoots an NBA range three-pointer, and he knocks it in.
Yeah, the freshman. Wow. Yeah, Mike was just saying, Wesley went out, and that was Josiah that came in for him. And he just, well, I mean, he was way out there. And he canned that one. So they're going to bring it inside to Joshua Clarice. Clarice takes it to the hole. They're going to call a foul on Roland Esch. Esch can't believe it. He's now discussing things with the official.
I think he's asking for an explanation. I would love one too. I didn't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
That was pretty solid defense.
So that's his first, and that's the third team foul. And at the free throw line, let's see.
I believe that's Orchaletta. No, I'm sorry. That is Joshua Clarice.
Okay.
Clarice
at the free throw line, shooting 2. Misses the first. He'll shoot one more. 7-3 ball game right now. We have 2:59 remaining here in the first period. Second one is also off. Rebound is going to come down to Roland. Esch is going to wait, and he's going to hand it over now to Joshua Woodson, who has checked in for Los Alamos. Joshua will bring it over to Josiah. Josiah gets a screen from Roland Esch, comes around the screen and tries a little give and go. That they had a little give and go, and it would have worked perfect, except the pass was low. It was easily picked off by Espanola. There's a 3-point shot. Give me a large break. And the 3-point shot taken from way out by Andre Lujan, bangs it off the backboard. And I mean, bangs it off. Get it inside to Roland Esch. He has the ball stolen away by Joshua Clarice. It's a 10-3 ball game right now. Clarice gets away with a walk. No, he doesn't.
No, Clarice actually, had he just gone straight to the basket, he looked like he was okay, but took an extra step trying to cut in, and that extra step cost him a bucket.
Yeah, so Benito wants to talk things over, so he's going to take a 30-second timeout. While he does that, Mike is going to tell you about our police department and fire department.
Absolutely. We have a couple of awesome sponsors, Los Alamos County Police Department and the Los Alamos County Fire Department. And the fire department is honored to be entrusted with the safety and welfare of the Los Alamos community. Fire department and police department are dedicated, proud, and proud to provide exceptional service. The fire department, of course, is there for the preservation of life, the environment, and your property. So the fire department and the police department, we are very, very happy and very, very proud that they sponsor Hilltopper Sports here on the Daily Post YouTube channel.
Yeah, we want to thank the Daily Post and Carol Clark for making all this possible. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be sitting here bringing you this ball game. So
well, we might be here. We wouldn't be on the air.
No. Comes out on top to Ryan Zeke. Zeke passed inside the Roland S. Picked off by Joshua Corice. Corice is going to dig it underneath. Pass underneath. Right there is Roland Esch to reach out and grab it. Going to get it now to Joshua Woodson. Woodson coming down the left side of the lane. We're going to have a blocking foul. Go to one of the Sun Devils. And that one is going to go to Ricky Padilla. That'll be his first. That's the fourth team foul, according to my count, anyway. And
something like that. That's kind of a guess. But last play, Sun Devils on the break and attempted as you said, Gene attempted a no-look pass, but they should have looked.
Yeah, Roland was right there. So Joshua Woodson's going to bring it inside to Roland. Roland puts the shot up. He clears out his space with a forearm because that's the kind of game it is. And Roland bangs it off the glass and in for two. That makes it now a 10-5 ball game. Pass comes over in the corner, coming down the baseline and trying to go with a reverse layup. And it's Jaden Martinez.
I think that's going to go to Roland again.
Yeah.
That looked like a pretty clean block too. Boy, they're calling some of these. I mean, the officiating so far is all over the place.
Yes, it really is. So who got that foul?
That was Roland. That is his second.
At the free throw line, Mike is we have two Jaden Martinez's for the Sun Devils. There's a Jaden, Jayden. That's number 5. He was a 5'10" senior. Then Jaden, you forget the Jaydn Martinez, and he's a 6'2" junior, and he cans both of them. So shot taken from outside by Nico Garcia, and Nico with the three-pointer. That makes it a 12-8 ball game.
Wide open there, just to the right of the top of the key there for Garcia. Nobody picked him up, and he was able to knock that down, no problem.
3-point shot from way out by Ricky Padilla, and he cans it in 3. And right now we have 50 seconds to go here in this first quarter. 15-8 ball game. We're going to bounce it inside right now to Gavin Coy. Coy gets it to Ryan Zeke. Zeke tries to throw the pass underneath, and too many tall trees right there. I mean, Espanola had about 3 guys in the passing lane, and so now putting the forearm out and shoving everybody out of the way. What are they calling here?
Ball went off. I thought it went off the Sun Devils.
Certainly did.
But they're giving it back to the Sun Devils underneath their own basket.
Well, first of all, it was Marcus Martinez, and all he did was just put his forearm out and try to shove everybody out of the way. Very physical ball game right now. Joshua Woodson is going to be called for the foul, and he should be. He was all over him. And that's going to be the 5th team foul on Los Alamos. So it'll be a common foul. It'll be inbounded by Espanola right in front of the Hilltopper bench. 15-8 ball game, and we're looking 24 seconds to go. They bring it inside to Jaden Martinez again. He takes it to the hole, and they're going to another foul. Wow. And this one is going to go to Gavin Coy, and that's going to be Coy's first and the 6th team foul. shooting foul, and the 6'2" junior, Jaden Martinez. And he's a junior, and the other Jaden is the senior. Jaden right now 3 for 3 from the free throw line. He's going to shoot one more. 21 seconds to go in the first quarter, and it's a Jaden trying to put Espanola up by 9, and he does. 4 straight free throws for him. Because Phil Towers bring it down and get it now over to Joshua Woodson. Woodson, well, I don't know how they can tell what time it is. The clock isn't working and taking. Whoa! Wow! What a drive to the basket and what a shot by the freshman Josiah Frescas. Wow! That was something, Mike.
Wow, that was really a great little move there at the top of the key. And Josiah took it right down Broadway and was able to lay it in. Nice couple of shots there by Josiah. You were actually wondering out loud the last couple of weeks. You know, I thought Josiah had earned his spot in the starting lineup, but he has just played fantastic ball here toward the end of the season. And very, very nice first quarter there for Josiah coming off the bench.
Yes. And right now we have all the cheerleaders on the floor, Espanola and Los Alamos, and they're all cheering all together at the same time. So
not spaced very well. Okay,
all right, building up the little towers that they're putting the girls lifting way up.
Oh boy,
so, that can be dangerous. Anyway,
that's always kind of a crapshoot.
Yes. Well, that was a cool thing. I mean, all the cheerleaders for both teams getting together and giving a common cheer to everybody. So let's see, to start things off here, we'll have the possession will go to Espanola as the Hilltoppers control the tip. And Espanola right now leading in this ball game 17-10, and they will have the ball to start. Well, they're going to give it to Los Alamos, which I don't understand. I don't remember a held ball.
I don't either. Although there was a mystery call that we weren't sure about, but that didn't look like a held ball to me.
Yeah, it must have been, because they're going to get now to Josiah. Josiah is going to go up, puts a shot up, rebound comes down right now to Malachi Jones. Jones will wait and get it to Ricky Padilla, who comes over and has a few exchanges, a little conversation with Gabe Martinez. Now he comes across the timeline, and he'll get it over to Marcus Martinez. Martinez back to Ricky Padilla, and then they get it inside to Andre Lujan, and just to the left of the free throw line, a little 15-footer, and Lujan picks up his 7th point in this ball game. 19-10. Hilltoppers just can't get anything going. Now they finally do this time. Beautiful pick and roll that time from Josiah Frescas to Gavin Coy. And Coy set the screen and rolled off, and he was wide open and a beautiful pass. Shot taken from the free throw line by Jaden Martinez, the junior. He now has 6 points in the ball game. And 4 straight free throws, and then a nice jump shot, and it's right 21-12 at this point. Josiah Frescas, he puts up the 3. This is off. Rebound is going to come down to Josiah. I mean, he put up the 3. It was a long rebound. Came down. There was kind of a battle for it. One of the Sun Devils grabbed it, and Josiah reached over, just grabbed it out of his hands, and then ran to the basket. Why dribble when you can run?
But they set up the trap between the guard and the tackle perfectly. You got to take that hold, Gene.
Yeah, he certainly did. Are we going to have a shot foul on a 3-point shot? That's going to go to Wesley Stanfield.
Holy moly!
Stanfield can't believe it. He's talking to the official.
Stunned.
Yeah,
he is stunned.
He just said he's telling the official right now, I just put my arm straight up. So 3 points. So Andre Lujan is going to go to the free throw line. He's going to shoot 3.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Wow. And the official made the call, Gene, was as far away from that play as you could have possibly been.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the official thought they saw.
Yeah, the official on that side of the court didn't do anything. The official who called it was almost out to half court on the opposite side, and Lujan makes 2 out of 3.
I don't understand that.
She was clear off to the way off to the left of the key, and that play and that shot was taken from the corner. She couldn't have, as Mike said, she couldn't have been any further away. Comes to Nico Garcia. He starts to go with a 3. Inside it comes to Cleveland. Cleveland goes up and in. They got it into Mark, and boy, he just didn't waste any time that time. They tried to collapse on him, and he just cleared a path and put it in the basket.
Boy, I did not like that passing, though, Gene. There were 4 or 5 skip passes on that one possession.
Yes.
That's not generally a good idea.
Yeah. So Espanola starts to lose it out of bounds, saved back in by Ricky Padilla, comes right to Nico Garcia, comes to Owen Geiger. Geiger on the baseline is wide open, and he puts up a little 8-foot jumper on the right side from the baseline. So Owen comes into the ballgame and gets 2 points in a hurry. So they're taking a nice little floater and rebound. I thought Mark Cleveland was going to get that rebound, but I don't know how it just bounced away from him, bounced off of his hand. And Malachi Jones, and so a 3-point shot up. Cleveland gets the rebound on the missed shot by Ricky Padilla, and Hilltoppers bring it up. Underneath, coming down the baseline on the left side, they just try that little floater, and so the Hilltoppers are rushing things a lot here, and that was by Nico Garcia. In the corner, 3-point shot on the way, rims around and comes out. No rebound for Los Alamos, but right there is Marcus Martinez for Espanola.
Unbelievable. There was nothing there for Los Alamos. The Sun Devils had their pick to who they wanted to get the rebound.
Yes, absolutely. Now taking it to the hole, coming down the left side, Josiah Frescas, a freshman, being very, very aggressive. He comes down the left side of the lane, puts up a left-handed layup off the glass, and he's fouled. I'm not sure who that foul went to, but I see.
I didn't see the number.
And then I've got, that's now I have them for 5 team fouls. I don't know what they got. Right. But Josiah Frescas is going to go to the line. He has 7 points in the ball game. He's going to try to complete the 3-point play. Normally a very good free throw shooter. 4:24 remains here in the first half. Josiah puts that one in.
Wow. Nice.
8 points now for the freshman.
Very nice first half here for the freshman. Nerves not getting him at all here in his very first state tournament appearance. Yeah, he's looking very, very sharp.
Yes, he is. And so Wesley Stanfield with 3 personal fouls. So once again, taking it to the hole and nobody cutting him off. But at the last second, as taking it to the hole that time, was Jaden Martinez, the senior, and reaching out. I mean, finally, Owen Geiger says, well, you're not going to have just an easy layup. So he just grabbed him by the arm.
That saved the easiest bucket he'll ever have.
Yes, it did. So Jaden Martinez at the free throw line.
The elder Jaden Martinez.
Yeah, the elder, right. And he puts in the first. And the second.
And if he doesn't pick it up, Gene, we're going to start calling him Jaden the Lesser.
Yes, really.
We don't pull punches around here.
27-19. They get it to Frescas. Frescas hands it over to Joshua Woodson. Woodson to Elijah Ortiz. Woodson starts to take the 3, has the ball knocked away from him. Loose ball picked up by Owen Geiger. Puts it now to Joshua Frescas. Woodson gets it to Elijah Ortiz. Hilltoppers, all kinds of movement now for the Hilltoppers. And then they lose the ball. Coming down the floor is Jaden Martinez. They're going to call Owen Geiger for that. Owen Geiger was trailing Jaden Martinez, and he all he did was reach out and knock the ball away from behind, and they're going to call a foul on Owen. So that's I have that for the 17th foul, but anyway, it is a 1-and-1. And that's going to put Jaden Martinez on the free throw line. He was just there, made 2. He's now shooting a 1-and-1. 3:34 to go, Mike, here in this first half of play. And Espanola has been very, very aggressive offense and defense. So
yeah, they really have. And as you kind of alluded to, Gene, the Topper or the Sun Devils are dictating the pace, and the Toppers we're seeing a lot of rushing, a lot of ill-advised passing. They're trying to keep up with the Sun Devils' pace. That is not a winning formula.
No, it certainly isn't. And Espanola right now has been very, very aggressive on defense, and so Josiah Frescas gets a screen from Mark Cleveland, gets it in the corner now, and they're going to bring it all the way out on top. Nathan and Elijah Ortiz, they get it underneath. Nice move to the basket. Nico Garcia, beautiful move down the left side of the lane and lays it up to the left hand. 8-point ball game, 29-21. And now penetrating for Espanola, and once again, another foul. Every time they go to the hole, it's a foul, and that one's going to go to Gavin Coy. So Gavin picks up at least his second personal, and now at the free throw line is Ricky Padilla, and he's going to shoot 2, misses the first.
Padilla had a 3-pointer in the first quarter, and done a whole lot since then.
No. Drops in the second. He has 4 points. Makes it a 9-point ball game, 30-21. Josiah Frescas catches the ball and then wipes his hand on his feet. I don't understand that. On the sole of his shoe. Gavin Coy, 3-point shot. That's off. And the rebound's going to come down to Espanola. Here they come in a hurry. Now they slow up. Jaden Martinez is going to get it over to, and well, this time Nico Garcia levels Marin Rodriguez trying to shoot a 3-point shot. And
that foul actually going to Josiah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that was the correct call, though, no doubt.
Whoa.
Air ball.
Marin Rodriguez with a classic air ball, shooting 3. The first one's an air ball. Goes underneath that one actually went underneath the rim, actually barely hit the net.
Wow. Yeah, that was a classic 11-footer.
Yes,
and
of
course, with your second one, of course, he hits it off the back of the iron.
Yes, and then finally drops in the third one. 10-point ball game.
That was that is a free throw shooter's worst nightmare.
Yes, absolutely. Josiah Frescas in the corner goes to Elijah. Elijah bring it out on top to Nico. Nico going to try to penetrate in the lane. He's cut off. Gets it in the corner. Woodson 3-point shot. That's off.
Is that partially blocked? That was way off.
Yes, it wasn't even close. So cutting down the lane and getting a nice entry pass. And they get it underneath. And the shot taken by Malachi Jones. He puts it in, and hey, what a surprise. A foul. So Malachi will go to the free throw line to try to complete the 3-point play. It's a 12-point ball game right now, 33-21.
I think that went to Cleveland, trying to come across the lane to challenge that shot. He would have been better off just letting him go.
Yeah, so Malachi misses the second one. So now Josiah Frescas will bring it up for Los Alamos. The freshman point guard gets a screen from Gavin Coy, doesn't do anything with it, backs out into the half-court circle. On the dribble again, starts to go, and the blocking foul is going to go to Malachi Jones.
Boy, I just don't understand the officiating tonight. It has
I
been
don't either.
all over the place. Jones, yeah, I think there was some contact, but I think Josiah mostly lost his footing.
Yeah, I did. There was that never should have been a foul. I mean, Malachi did a good job of cutting off Josiah's penetration. Josiah's going to shoot a 1-and-1, and he puts that one in.
But if they had let that go, Gene, that would not have been close to the most egregious foul they would have turned the other way on tonight. So.
No, not at all. He cans both of them and makes it a 10-point ball game again. Hilltopper's not out of this ball game by any means. Minute 20 to go. First half, 10-point ball game, 33-23. So trying to go the hole and then just throwing the ball at the basket, and getting the rebound, and then just throwing it at the basket again. And that was Joshua Cortez. First shot was way off balance. The rebound came right back to him. Second shot, he was even more off balance. He just threw it up at the net. He give and go for the Hilltoppers as Gavin Coy once again sets a screen for Josiah Frescas. And then Gavin rolls off and picks up and gets the 2. 40 seconds to go. It's a 10-point ball game, 35-25. Espanola working it around and bring it to the left of the key to Ricky Padilla. As we're down to 30 seconds to go, they bring it underneath to Joshua Paris. Paris into Malachi Jones. That's knocked away this time by Joshua Woodson. And the ball goes to the floor. Nico Garcia dives to the floor, and we're going to be personal foul. Is going to go against Jaden Martinez as they were battling for the ball. Ball got knocked away that time by Joshua Woodson as they tried to pass it inside, and then a battle for it on the floor. And so Nico there battling away, but then they're going to call the foul. So that's with 20 seconds to go, and Nico at the free throw line, he'll shoot 1-and-1. And he could have cut this to an 8-point ball game. 15 seconds to go. And on the dribble penetration, boy, nobody cuts him off. Ricky Padilla, he just sees a wide open lane, comes down the left side and puts it in. Joshua Woodson going to put the shot up essentially at the buzzer, and that will do it. So after one half of play, it's 37-25. Espanola up on Los Alamos here in this do or die ball game. The winner goes on to face the winner of Silver and Del Norte, and the loser is done for the year. So let's see. What was the score at the end of the first quarter? Do you have that?
Yes, that was 17-10 in favor of the Sun Devils. Sun Devils come up with 20 points in that second quarter. Toppers didn't do that bad offensively, coming up with 15 points. But once again, Los Alamos trying to keep pace with Espanola Valley. Sun Devils played a very, very quick pace. They do not waste a whole lot of time. So trying to keep up with them is very, very difficult. And they were able to hit a couple of wacky shots there in that second quarter. That put back there by Coriz late in the second quarter, trying a runner that went nowhere, that barely hit the front of the rim, but he was able to get his own rebound and put another one back. Didn't even look like he was really attempting any kind of real shot. He was looking for contact. That one just happened to go in. But the Sun Devils with a pretty big quarter there in that second quarter, coming up with the 20 points. So, yes, as two teams go back into the locker room to discuss things, Los Alamos down by 12. Similar situation that we've already seen. Los Alamos, I'm sure they don't want to be down by 12, but this is not a new position for them by any means against the Sun Devils. We'll see what adjustments that Benito Maestas wants to make coming out into the second half. So we're we are adding things up here, and we'll see where we stand.
Yeah, it's been interesting, Mike, too. This tournament, the girls' tournament last night, the first round of the 4A girls tournament took place last night at the home gyms of the higher seeds. So everybody had to travel. The lower seeds, all of course, had to travel 9 through 16. Hilltopper girls, I believe, were 13. I can't remember. Boys, one was 13, one was 14, and I'm pretty sure the girls were seeded 13. Anyway, they had to travel to Portales, and they lost that ball game in Portales by a little over something around 10 points, 10 or 12 points. Hilltoppers didn't come up, didn't really have much of an offensive showing. I think it was 42-6, if I do recall, now that I think about it.
And the Rams, very, very solid team. Defensively, it sounded like the girls were actually fairly solid against the Rams, but 26 points against a team like that is just, you need to have a little more offense than that.
No, you're not. You're right. And also turns out that the NMAA seeded the teams, and 1 through 8 all won. So they went exactly as it was supposed to.
Just the way they drew it up.
Just the way exactly they drew it up. So we had no upsets as far as the seeding goes in the first round of the girls. The girls are done. And of course it's going to come down. What's really interesting in the girls right now in 4A is they have seeded Kirtland Central as number 1. And we haven't seen that for a while. That used to be just a standard. I mean, every year the Kirtland Central girls were 1, but they're 1. And then number 2 is Gallup. And Gallup is a power. So if those two teams go against each other in the championship, I mean, that's going to be one heck of a ball game.
Boy, I mean, you might be flirting with triple digits for the winner. That's not impossible. Those two teams play fairly quick basketball.
Yeah, and anytime Gallup plays too, is that if you're planning on going to the ball game, you better get there early, because anytime Gallup plays, I mean, they practically sell the place out. And so I remember we had a back-to-back games one year when I was down at the pit, and I was doing the PA, and we had back-to-back ball games. And first the team was going to play was going to be the Santa Fe Indian School, and then they were followed by Gallup. And boy, I'm telling you, I mean, they turned away like 2,000 people or something to not get in that gym.
Yeah, that is nuts. And well, that's yeah. If you want to watch the Gallup Bengals, you better get there early.
Yeah, that's
for sure.
You have scoring for us?
I do have scoring for you, Gene, for the game so far. High Point man Josiah Fresca is the freshman, the 5'6" freshman coming off the bench for Los Alamos. He finished with 10 points in that first half, looking very, very good at a 3-pointer in that first quarter, and an old-fashioned 3-point play in the second quarter. He's also got an assist on top of that on a nice give and go there. So Josiah, very, very good looking first half for the freshman. He has 10 points. Also for Los Alamos, Miguel Garcia ends up with 5 points in that first half. He had a 3-pointer in the first quarter. And Gavin Coy with a couple of buckets in the second quarter. He has 4 points. 2 points each for Roland Esch, Owen Geiger, and Mark Cleland. Cleland also has a block on the defensive end for the Espanola Valley Sun Devils. They were led by Andre Lujan. Andre had 9 points in that first half. He had a 3-pointer in the first quarter. For the Sun Devils, actually, only connected on 3 3-pointers. All of those coming in the first half, and were fouled. Did get 1 foul on Marin Rodriguez. An attempted 3-point play, and a first free throw on that just not what you for, I don't think.
A perfect 11-footer.
Yep, a chance, but here at the prep level much, but Andre Lujan with 9 points. Marino Rodriguez with 4, as did Jaden with an E. Jaden with a Y had 6 points. He was 4 from the foul line. And Ricky Padilla also had for the Devils, who are up by 12 as we are about 3 minutes of the second half. Basketball, boy, you could you didn't have room to, if you didn't get here an hour and a half of the game, you weren't getting a seat.
Yeah, and they used to have a thing called 50-50 where you could buy a raffle ticket, buy as many as you wanted actually, and then what they would do is they would take half the proceeds would go to whoever had the luck. And we were here one night for those one of those the district championship games, and what was it like? It was over $1,000.
Oh, it was well over $1,000. It wasn't even not a bad take at all. And Los Alamos did something similar a couple of years later with a 50. That's not quite the same thing.
Yeah, I think it was 60 for the guy and 60 for the school.
Just no.
First thing that Dave Sutton would do would go buy a handful of tickets.
Hey, not a bad deal there. But 37-25, about a minute remaining before. We want to thank the Los Alamos Daily Post, of course. You're listening on their YouTube channel. We want to thank the County Fire Department and the Los Alamos Police Department for their sponsorship of Hilltopper Sports. Very quickly, Gene, some of the other games going on right now. The number 1 seeded Highland Hornets taking on Mayamura, the 16 seed. Artesia taking on Lovington in an 8-9 matchup. Number 5 Albuquerque Academy versus number 12 Goddard. The St. Pius Sartans, the number 4 seed, taking on Valley Academy, and Pius, if they both win, will meet in the second round. Boy, no rivalry there. The winner of this game will play the winner of Silver and Del Norte, the 6 and 11 matchup. Belen is the 7 seed, and they take on number 10 Gallup. And the second seeded Taos Tigers, who had a fantastic year for the Tigers. They're taking on Hope Christian as we speak. And that game is up in Taos. So the number 2 seeded Tigers, very, very solid season for them. They were the district champions. And I think we're all set here for the start of the second half. Los Alamos will have their starters in: Nico Garcia, Roland Etch, Wesley Stanfield playing with 3 personal fouls, Elijah Ortiz, and Mark Cleland. And we're waiting. Do they have a ball or something? What's the problem?
Yeah, I don't know what to find. I guess so.
You need a ball to play. You really do.
Well, somebody took their ball and went home.
Oh, I'm sorry. We were missing a couple of officials.
No, the officials are having a nice relaxing time in the referee's lounge.
Well, yeah, they get their tea. They get their food over there. I don't know if we have a lunch spread here. I didn't even check.
Yeah, really. Yeah, we just got the bad news at the pit. They're not going to have the hospitality room this year. That's what a lot of people go for. We're ready to go as Espanola brings it inside, and a shot taken from the top of the key, rims around and comes out. Rebound is going to come down to the Hilltoppers' Elijah Ortiz, and that shot taken from outside by Ricky Padilla. So it's going to come now to Roland S. Top of the key, we'll get it to Nico. Nico gets a screen, pulls up, gets it over now to Mark Cleveland. Cleveland goes up and goes up against Malachi Jones. And the thing is that Mark Art doesn't put much arch on the ball at all, but even on that one, you go up and you're 6'10", you're going up against 6'6". You got to, if you're going to try to lay it over the top of him, you got to get it up. You can't just shoot it like he's not even there. So anyway, shot taken from outside by the Hilltoppers. That's off. Rebound comes down to Andre Lujan. We're going to have another foul.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're going to have a battery change here. Same score. We're okay. Okay.
That better?
Is that any better? We hope that's better.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Let's hope that's better. Right now we have Nico Garcia at the free throw line. So sorry for the problem. Nico was just there, and he was 1 for 2. He was 1 for 2. Let's see, what's the...
Makes both of those.
Yeah, okay, so
So Topper's leading 3-2 here in this third quarter.
Yes, 39-20, 39-28. So finally, let's get back here to Josiah Frescas across. He's out by the half-court circle on the dribble. On him is Marin Rodriguez. They're going to bring it over to Roland Esch on the left wing. Roland picks up his dribble, gets it way out on top.
Wow.
Josiah Frescas. Wow.
That was a nice catch there by Josiah to save the over and back.
So Josiah goes down the left side of the line. Roland Esch just rips the rebound, rips the ball away from one of the Sun Devils. Now we're going to have a personal foul, and that one's going to go against the Hilltoppers. Well, I don't know where that came from.
Did they call that against Nico? I think they did.
Another one of those mystery fouls.
I didn't see it. I don't even know what the issue was.
That particular referee, I mean, she's made some interesting calls. She has. They get it to Malachi Jones, and Jones is going to be a pass inside to him, and he's immediately tied up by Roland Esch, and possession will go to Los Alamos. Roland is the senior, might be his last ball game, and boy, I'm telling you, he's playing his heart out down there. Wow. Josiah Frescas across the timeline, standing in the half-court circle, bounces it to Wesley Stanfield. Stanfield way out in the half-court corner. Gets Nico Garcia, top of the key. Nico's going to try to come down the baseline on the right. Comes down the lane on the right side, puts up a little running hook shot. This is going to go out of bounds, and Nico Garcia thinks it's out of bounds on Espanola. The official tells him, nope, it is not. And so Nico will check out of the ball game, and so we're going to have a timeout on the floor. That timeout is going to be taken by Espanola as they take a 30-second timeout.
I believe that's just their first. The Toppers, if I'm not mistaken, also have 4 timeouts remaining here. 2:56 left. It's been a lot of action in this third quarter. Not a whole lot of points, though. Yeah. 39-28. The Toppers have scored 3 points. The Sun Devils just 2. Sun Devils are really not getting a whole lot of good looks. Topper defense has really stepped up here in this third quarter. That is something we saw up there in Los Alamos against these two teams as well. Los Alamos really put the screws on in defense, and we're kind of seeing that. The Sun Devils really are not getting a whole lot of looks of any kind underneath their basket.
No, they're not. And so the Hilltoppers are doing a good job of shoring up the defense, except for right now we're not having any offense either. So comes out of Ricky Padilla. Padilla inside to Malachi Jones. Jones just going to back in. His shot misses his shot, gets his own rebound, and he's fouled.
And that might go to Stanfield. Stanfield is right. It will. And that is going to be his 4th.
Yeah, Wesley, just one of those games. Sometimes that happens to Wesley. He's a foul magnet. And some of the fouls they call, like the foul on a 3-point shot, was ridiculous. Malachi Jones at the free throw line. He's going to pick up his 5th point of the ball game.
Nice looking free throw there by Jones. All big men shoot great free throws, by the way.
This one's going to be off. Gavin Coy with the rebound. And
Roberts working the ball around the perimeter here.
Yes, Joshua Woodson out on top, and boy, I mean, really pressuring him right now is Marin Rodriguez. Hilltoppers are pushed back to the half-court line. They get it to Nico Garcia over to Joshua, to Josiah Frescas between the circles. Gets a pass. We're going to get it to Josiah. Josiah gets into all kinds of traffic, gets it to Joshua Woodson, who dribbles behind the basket and passes it off to Wesley Stanfield. Skip pass comes across to Josiah Frescas, and I think that was Joshua Clarice, I do believe. We're going to have a personal foul. Wow, I didn't see any foul.
I didn't either, but
beautiful block.
Clarice with the he's going to be called for the personal. That's his second. He's going to send Frescas to the line, and his first attempt is off. I don't know. I some of these fouls, they're just bizarre.
Yeah, they're just.
That was fine defense there by Clarice, plus the big volleyball spike there by Jones. I didn't see any contact whatsoever.
And Josiah Frescas, normally a very good free throw shooter, and he misses them both.
This has been a bizarre quarter.
40-28. We have a minute 50 to go. Ricky Padilla get a three-point shot. This is good. Marcus Martinez. That's his 5th point in the ball game. So right now they bring it out on top of Nico Garcia. He'll bring it over to Ryan Zeke, and Zeke is going to just to the right of the key. Timeout, Los Alamos. So a full timeout right now being taken by Benito Maestas. I don't know what count you have, Mike. I have 3 timeouts left.
That's what I have for Los Alamos. I have 2 fulls and a 30. Sun Devils, I believe, have just burned 130. They did that earlier in this quarter.
Yeah, that's all I have. So
43-28, a minute 28 remaining in this bizarre quarter.
6-3. Sun Devils.
It's a baseball score. That's not a basketball score.
Yeah, it was 3-3 until they just canned that 3-pointer by Marcus Martinez, and then he doubled the lead here in the quarter. 6-3.
2 field goals by the Sun Devils, 0 for Los Alamos, and Los Alamos has had a couple of some pretty decent looks. They're getting penetration, but then they're not putting up very good shots. They're in love with these runners, and they are way off with those.
Yes, they are. So the Hilltoppers will inbound it. Ball out of bounds, but the timeout was taken by Espanola. Nico Garcia will take the ball in right at half court, and he's going to bring it into the backcourt to Josiah Frescas. Frescas will bring it up for Los Alamos. 43-28, 15-point ball game. Right now, Nico Garcia gets it in the corner. He's going to penetrate down the lane. Gets it to Gavin Coy. Coy goes up and puts it in. Nice. Gavin, and great patience by Gavin, because he had a defensive man on him. So he just had a little pump, and now they're going to call a foul. Well, that foul came late.
Yeah, it did, and I did not see who it was on.
Yeah,
it was on the Sun Devils. I know that.
So Gavin Coy at the free throw line, and he puts it in. So right now, Mike, 6-6 ball game.
Three-run home run by Gavin Coy heading into the 9th inning.
Another 3-point shot by Espanola. It's off. Nico Garcia with the rebound. Frescas coming down in a hurry. Gets it in the corner to Elijah Ortiz. I don't think Elijah's taken a shot yet.
I'm not sure he has.
And Josiah Frescas trying to just try. I mean, you can't do it all, Josiah.
One move too many.
Yes. And so they get it to Ricky Padilla in the corner on the right side, the deep corner. He's trying to get it into Joshua Clarice. Clarice working against Ortiz, and then Clarice is able to turn around and drop it in for 2.
Great drop step there by Clarice, and great turnaround hit. That wasn't an easy shot either that he hit.
10 seconds and a 3-point shot on the way. Nico Garcia, as they say, quiets the crowd with a beautiful 3-point shot. As the Hilltoppers came down for their last possession, actually way pretty far out on the floor. Of course, it was in front of the Espanola bench, which is the other end of the court at the time. But Gabe Martinez was out there giving the old arm wave to the crowd. Let's hoop it up. So the crowd did. And the Hilltoppers added to Nico Garcia. And he drops in the 3. So,
wow.
Anyway.
Right at the buzzer, too. And so the 43-34 9-point ball game. The Toppers down by 12 right until that big 3-pointer by Nico Garcia. Nice looking shot as well. So with 8 minutes to play, getting in the fourth quarter, that was just, man, what a strange quarter that was.
Yeah, Los Alamos won that quarter, 9-8.
Yes, they did. Wow, just slightly better than an average baseball score there. 3-3 there for a while, but big 3-pointer. It cuts the lead down to 9 or 11 rather, for the Toppers. They're going to need to do something here. Just offensively, they have just really never gotten any kind of rhythm tonight. They need to get it right now. But wow, nice penetration there by Ricky Padilla. And did they wave that off? I think they waved it off. Or did they? I don't know if they would. Did they wave off the basket?
Well,
they did not wave off the basket. After the basket, we got a call on the Sun Devils. Well, I see that about once a decade, that call.
Yeah.
I don't know what the call was, but it was on Espanola Valley. The bucket counts.
Yeah, so it must have been something on the going for the rebound or something, because it's Owen Geiger with it for Los Alamos right now. We're going to have a reach-in foul of Joshua Corice. So Corice will pick up the personal, and we have 7.5 minutes to go here in this ballgame. A 13-point lead for Espanola, 47-34. Hilltoppers will inbound it under their own basket on the common foul, and they'll get it to Nico Garcia. He'll bring it into Elijah Ortiz. Owen Geiger just to the left of the key, into the free throw circle. Gets it now to Wesley Stanfield. He tries to bounce it to Elijah Ortiz, and the ball is knocked out of bounds by Ricky Padilla. So the Hilltoppers once again will inbound it under their own basket, baseline left. They get it to Nico. He brings it inside to Elijah Ortiz, over to Owen Geiger. Out on top to Joshua Woodson, and now to Nico. Nico will, on the dribble, is in the half-court circle, comes out of the half-court circle, starts to penetrate down, gets it to Joshua Woodson, Woodson to Elijah Ortiz, and Elijah finally gets a shot off, and right from his favorite spot in the corner on the left side, and he cans a 3-pointer. That makes it a 10-point ball game.
Toppers really needed that. They need Corice to get on, or Ortiz rather, to get on track, and now, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, and right now I was looking at a little bit of Lenny Roybal basketball, but no, they're going to go ahead and take it to the hole. Nice move to the basket, and we're going to have another foul. Unbelievable.
I think that's going to go to Owen.
Every move to the basket is a foul. Owen Geiger picks up the personal, and that's going to put the Jaden the lesser, the junior. Jaden Martinez is going to be at the line. He's going to shoot 2. And he had 6 points in the first half.
He's just been automatic from the foul line.
Yeah. He's 5 for 5 right now, Mike. And he's the second one. This one pops off.
Well, thank you, Gene, for jinxing Jaden there.
Yeah, Roland Dash gets the rebound. I'll hand it over to Nico Garcia. Garcia on the dribble. Gets it inside. He's going to bring it into Gavin Coy. Beautiful pass up underneath from Gavin to Roland Dash. Boy, beautiful. So he started to go up. Everybody went to him, and then he just bounced it underneath to Roland. Beautiful pass and a beautiful shot. That's only 4 points for Roland right now, but underneath it goes to Malachi Jones, and we're going to have a foul.
think that's good.
That's going to go to Gavin Coy, I believe.
I thought that was Coy. It could have been Roland Esch too, because he was right there. I'll give it to Gavin. I really don't know. I really don't know. So
Yeah.
Jones at the free throw line, he misses his first.
Yes.
And I was fully expecting the Sun Devils play a little Lenny Roy ball basketball.
Yeah,
they haven't done it.
Yeah, that's what they looked like they were going to do as Malachi puts in his second free throw. So it's a 10-point ball game once again, 49-39.
Whoa. Big shove there by Garcia to get himself some room.
Yes.
Nothing called.
And then the pass inside, trying to bounce pass inside, and Marin Rodriguez right there for Espanola to pick it off. And across the timeline comes Ricky Padilla. And so they're in four corners right now.
There we go.
As we have 5:20 to go, and Ricky Padilla is going to take it to the hole, and he's going to drop it in. That's his 10th point in the ball game.
That wasn't an easy shot either.
No, it wasn't. 51-39. Wesley Stanfield going to get it to Nico Garcia. Garcia is going to come down the lane, puts it up. Rebound. Nice little putback this time by Roland Edge. Gets his own rebound, and this time he's fouled. So Roland doing a good job. Caught the ball in the air. Actually caught it in the air. Went up, caught it in the air, and then pushed it back to the basket. And that one hit the back of the iron. It came down to him again, so he just pushed it back up again. And he's fouled. Roland's going to go to the free throw line. He's going to shoot two. So, see, I have him for 5 points.
I believe that is correct, yes.
And he'll pop one more. And that makes it a 51-41 ball game. Been 10-point ball game for quite a while. Now a timeout, a 30-second timeout taken by Benito. So Benito takes his second 30. He has 2 fulls left, but we're sitting down here with 5 minutes to go and a 10-point lead for Espanola. And when they went into 4 corners, they actually did go into 4 corners, but then as they spread out, Ricky Padilla, they just left him kind of wide open. He just had a great penetration lane to the basket, went up. The Hilltoppers defense came over and picked him up. But like Mike said, he scored the basket, but that wasn't easy. So,
no, actually, pretty good defense. Nice rotation over to pick up Padilla. He hit a tough shot off the baseline. I was very surprised he took it in, though. They had the 4 corners set up about as well as you can set it up, Gene.
Oh, yes. And here they go again. Complete 4 corners at the moment. So Ricky Padilla will bring it out. He's out near the half court, in the deep half court corner. Still on the dribble. On him right now is. So he's going to take it to the hole. The rebound comes down to Malachi Jones. Ball's on the floor. And let's see. Personal foul is going to go against Espanola. And
I think that's going to Jaden the Lesser.
Yes, I think it is.
And I didn't see that one either. That was good battle for the loose ball. I didn't really see a whole lot that I would have called on that. So
no.
I'm not sure where. Are we in 1-and-1 here?
Yeah, they start to give the ball under the basket to throw it in on the common foul, and then somebody, the scorer table, reminds them that it's a 1-and-1, and so that puts Gavin Coy on the free throw line, and he cans the first of the 1-and-1 to shoot the back end. This one is off, right? Gavin almost gets his own rebound, but Gavin at the line right now. There he is. The 8 points in the ball game right now. He's 1 for 2 from the free throw line. We have 4:20 to go. Well, they get it inside. And Mark Cleveland's going to be called for the foul as coming down the right side of the lane, and the pass came to Jaden Martinez as he went up with it. It was blocked by Mark Cleveland. And Cleveland, no, they're going to give it to Roland.
Yeah, they're getting it to Roland.
Whoa.
Is that his fifth? I think it's his fifth.
Yeah, I think, they're running the clock on him. So Benito has he used to have 1 minute of substitute. I don't know whether they've cut that down to 30 or what, but Roland Dash fouls out of the ball game.
Wow, nice gutsy effort tonight by Roland.
He had a good one.
Tough assignment down there with Jones and a couple other of the Sun Devils down low, but he held his own, and nice game for him. A couple of those fouls I'm not real sure about, but anyway, he's going to have to see. And at the free throw line, Jaden the senior.
Jaden the elder.
And he knocks both of them down, and we've got an immediate timeout. 4:25 remaining, 11-point ball game. Boy, that lead just has not budged much.
Yeah, 53-42 right now is the score. 4:25 to go here in the fourth quarter, as Espanola led 37-25 at the half, and it's been pretty much that way for the entire second half. The third quarter, of course, was Los Alamos won that quarter 9-8. I say so. The 12-point lead went to 11, and so right now we're looking at an 11-point lead once again. So the Hilltoppers have not been able to cut into the lead, but Espanola also has not been able to open it up. So it's two teams that played since that first half. Actually, almost since after the first quarter, these two teams have pretty well just played to a stalemate. And so Josiah Frescas, the freshman, will bring it up for Los Alamos. Across the timeline, gets to Wesley Stanfield. Stanfield, 15-footer. That's good. He started to penetrate down the lane and then picked up the ball back, took a step backward and dropped it in. So Wesley, not only have him left for his first 2 points, he's had a rough game, picked up some couple of ticky-tack fouls. But right now that Malachi Jones with it is going to bounce it inside. Ball is knocked away. Joshua Corish runs down the loose ball the Hilltoppers bounce it away. Nico Garcia puts it up, and they're going to call him for a travel. And that's a good call. I don't know what he was doing.
He caught it. He had plenty of time to put it on the floor, and he didn't.
Yeah,
and took an extra half step.
Yeah,
this is the NBA. He would have gotten away with it.
Yeah. But the Hilltoppers knocked it loose, and Malachi took off. They got the pass down to him. He had a breakaway layup, and all he had to do was just come down and pick up his dribble and lay it in. For some reason, I don't know what, he was actually looking back at the defensive player. I think he was trying to draw the foul. I don't know why. Put in the 2 points. So now Marin Rodriguez is going to get it to Jaden Martinez. Jaden the elder is going to bring it out on top now to Marin Rodriguez. And so with the ball, Ricky Padilla is going to take it in, puts it up, and he scores. Well, Ricky Padilla just got the ball out near the half-court circle, and then he just decided he was going, so he just went right down Broadway, right smack. And so Ricky puts it in for 2 and does not complete the 3-point play. Josiah Frescas working within the corner. They get it to Gavin Foy. Well, we had a flop. Boy, a nice flop that time by Marin Rodriguez, and he sold it. Gavin Foy picks up the personal.
No, that was a little bit. There was some contact too there. There was a little bit of a push off. Again, not the worst push off that would have been uncalled tonight.
Yes.
But I think that's it for Gavin. I think he's out.
Yeah, that could be.
2 toppers fouled out of the ball game here. And
Ricky Padilla just taking this ball game over.
Yeah, he really has. My God, he has 8 points in this quarter, 14 altogether. And Ricky, that time he just came down, dribbled just to the right of the key and dribbled across the three-point line and took the shot. And the ball down on the other end, they get the pass over on the right wing to Wesley Stanfield. Wesley can't hang on, loses it out of bounds.
Roberts will take a timeout here. 2:34 remaining, down by 14. And boy, oh boy, if Benito has one of those trick plays, he better pull it out now.
Yeah, 14 points. So it'd be interesting, Mike, because if the bracket goes the way it's supposed to, Silver would have to travel here to Espanola. I mean,
wow,
can't get much further away than that.
I remember one year when the girls' side, I think it was Varsity, they went to 16 teams. The Colonel Central Broncos, who had just murdered everybody that season, they were the 1 seed. The 16 seed ended up being the Santa Teresa Desert Warriors. And if you know where Santa Teresa is, it is on the southern border of New Mexico.
Yeah.
Two teams could not possibly be further away. And I believe that was a 40-point ball game when all was said and done.
So right now it's 58-44, and after the Hilltoppers had the turnover as they lost it out of bounds, now full court press by Los Alamos. 2:34 to go here in this fourth quarter. 58-44, 14-point lead. And across the timeline now, here comes Espanola on the dribble. They get it to Jaden. Jaden the Elder. Elder still on the dribble. Is going to hand it off to Joshua Clarice. Clarice, Wesley Stanfield all over him. And Wesley steals it away. And
oh, boy.
Oh, come on.
Oh, brother.
Oh, my God. I can't believe that. Wesley was in the process of stealing the ball away from Espanola. And Gabe Martinez jumps up and calls a timeout. And they give him the timeout. And the player, I'm not sure remember who the player is, but anyway, Wesley had just about, he no longer had full possession of the ball as Wesley was about to steal it away. In fact, Wesley had still stolen it away. So he calls the timeout. And so that's going to be, well, he has to take a full. So
that drives me absolutely nuts.
Oh, yes, it does.
If there is a play like that in progress and there is some question as to who has possession, and there was definitely question. If anybody had possession at that time, I think it was Wesley.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
But giving them the benefit of the doubt, the possession was not clear. You cannot award a timeout in that situation, and everybody does it. I don't understand that.
Yeah, they do it all the time. You see these situations where there's a scramble for the ball, and the ball is rolling on the court, and one coach jumps up and immediately calls timeout. Boy, Wesley Stanfield, I mean, he has 4 personal fouls, but boy, he's acting like he has none. Listen now to Nico Garcia. Nico's going to come down the middle of the lane. Shot is off and comes down to Malachi Jones. And Nico just runs behind him and just grabs it out of his hand. I mean, he just went around behind him and just ripped it out of his hands and got it over. And then as Nico came around, he was fouled this time by Jaden Martinez, Jaden the Elder. And
I just noticed this Jaden is actually 3 inches shorter than the other Jaden, so we can call him Jaden the Short.
Yeah, Nico at the free throw line drops that one in, makes it 58-45, 58-46 as Nico scores the second one. Full court press by Los Alamos. Espanola they're going to have to baseball it down the floor. And Joshua Woodson with Josiah Fresca saves it from going out of bounds.
Actually, had he not touched that, that would have been topper ball underneath the other basket.
Underneath the topper basket, yes. Wesley Stanfield goes in, and boy, he was fouled. I mean, they hooked him. They hooked his shoulder, but they don't call it. But Wesley makes the score coming down the floor, and the shot up is Zayden Martinez, and he misses, but Espanola with the rebound. And right now, boy, it is as ragged as it can be. Out on top. In the corner, they're going to go now to, and they bring it, well, they're just zooming the ball around the three-point line. And Wesley Stanfield cans a three, makes it 60-51. Benito Maestas calls a timeout with 67 seconds remaining. The Hilltoppers have cut it to 9. And boy, I'm telling you right now, Mike, it's just, I mean, just all bets are off at this point, boy. I mean, it's just a ragged ball game at this point, and everybody is just giving their all.
Yeah, really is. Everybody on the court is just battling tooth and nail. They're battling hard. They are not battling very pretty. This has turned a complete jungle ball here. But
yeah, it really has.
In any event, a big three-pointer there by Wesley. Wesley did not score in the first 3 quarters of this ball game, and now has 7 points here in this fourth quarter. He's done this all with 4 fouls, and like you said, he might as well have 0 at this point.
Yes.
He is reaching. He is trying everybody's way. He's pushing. He's doing whatever he's doing his level best to get that 5th foul, and they won't give it to him.
Yeah, he's a 5'11" senior, so this is his last ball game, and he's giving it his all right now. So in the ball game right now to end things up here, we have Ryan Zeke and Joshua Woodson, Josiah Frescas, Wesley Stanfield, and Nico Garcia. So they're just walking it up the floor and taking a sweet time. Ball is almost picked off as they try to pass it over on the right wing to Ricky Padilla. They bring it inside. We're going to have a personal foul. Who's that going to go to? And that one is going to go to Ryan Zeke. And
I have him for 1.
Yeah, me too. So Malachi Jones. And so Ryan will check out of the ball game as Elijah Ortiz comes in for him. And Gavin Coy back into the ball game. And he'll replace Joshua Woodson. Malachi Jones at the free throw line. He's going to shoot 2. 60-51, a 9-point ball game. Misses the first. Rebound comes down to Wesley Stanfield. Stanfield in a trap, goes through the trap. And first, I didn't think they were going to call anything. But he dribbled through the trap. Ricky Padilla picks up the personal. And we have now 50 seconds to go. And Wesley Stanfield, who picked up 3 quick fouls in the first half, and then came back and got another ticky-tack foul called on him on a three-point shot. And he's played the rest of the ball game pretty aggressively. And they have not called another foul on him. But he's going to shoot 1-and-1 here. He's shooting 2. He's shooting 2. Wesley misses, which is, I don't understand. Wesley, such a good free throw shooter. Gavin Coy comes out of the ball game. Ryan Zeke goes back in along with Joshua Woodson. All kinds of substitutions here for both teams.
Benito, I think, playing a little offensive, defensive substitution kind of game here.
50 seconds to go, and you're down by 9. Wesley misses the second one. Wesley could have cut it to a 7-point ball game, but down the floor, Ricky Padilla is going to come in. He has his shot blocked.
They're going to call Fresca. That was a clean block. Unbelievable.
Yes, it was.
And Josiah giving up a significant amount of height there. He went up to get it, and he got all ball. I don't know what that is a ridiculous call.
Well, Wesley's still in the game. Who'd they call a foul on? Oh, okay. Josiah Frescas.
Horrible call.
Yeah, so Padilla at the line makes it 61-51 with 42 and a half seconds to go. 42.55. Puts in the second free throw, and now a timeout being called by Gabe Martinez as they're up by 11. And we have 42 and a half seconds to go. So this will end the Hilltoppers season, basketball season. The Hilltoppers lost to Portales last night, Hilltopper girls. So that did that. And then the Hilltopper boys coming here tonight in a valiant effort, but they just dug themselves a hole right off the bat. They down 17-10 at the end of the first quarter. Were outscored 20-15 in the second quarter, and have played pretty even here in the second half. But Espanola, and this has been a really, I mean, they have called foul. Every time somebody goes to the basket, it's a foul. And that drives me nuts, you know, when nobody ever gets credit for a block. You go up, you make a beautiful block, and then it's a foul.
Yeah, that's that's been how it's been called all night. If you get any penetration and there's even a chance there of contact, they've called that all night. And you know, compared to some of the stuff they let go, that doesn't make any sense.
I know. I never have figured that one out.
I mean, we've seen some of the best shoves by the ball handlers you've ever seen.
Yes.
Not one of which has been called.
And I don't understand the officials let them do that. You know, a guard or a point guard coming down and he shoves the defender away, and they just don't call it. So the Hilltoppers inbound it. They get it underneath. Wide open is Gavin Coy. So the pass coming right now from Josiah Frescas. That makes it a 62-53 ball game. And now I think Gavin Coy is going to be called for the reach-in foul. He is. And so so going to the free throw line will be Ricky Padilla. He'll shoot 2 in the double bonus right now.
I already have Gavin for 5.
Well, Owen Geiger's going to come in. So
I thought he fouled out a while ago.
So did I. So Ricky Padilla puts in the first. Owen comes into the ball game. He's going to replace Josiah Frescas.
I was going to say, we've got 6 players on the court right now. Yeah. If you can sneak that extra one in, that's always a good thing.
So Ricky Padilla puts in the second. And right now we're down to 25 seconds. And Nico Garcia is going to penetrate. Goes behind his back, makes a great move. Wow. Goes behind his back and then makes a great move to the basket to the left side of the lane. And then just drops it in, puts a little 2-hand drop in. And so now we're going to have another foul. This one is going to go to, I believe, to Gavin Coy.
Gavin Coy. If this was an NBA game, he would have fouled out by now. I don't understand this.
Yes, really. So now we have 10 seconds to go. So we're going to have mass substitutions here as coming in the ballgame is Zach Morrow, along with Samuel Farmer and let's see, who's the other one? Oh, Ricky Valdez.
All right. So congratulations. Thanks for a great gentleman. You get to play 10 seconds in the playoffs.
Yeah, you can always say you played in the state tournament. We have another one. Oh, Ryan Zink coming back in the ballgame. So we didn't have 5 players on the floor. Now we do.
Well, we had 6 earlier, so they're making up for it.
Yeah. Ricky Padilla at the free throw line misses the first. He'll shoot one more.
Oh, brother. 9.70 seconds remaining. I gotta get that hundredths of a second in.
Yeah, really, it's important. And so Ricky Padilla, the second one, he had a whale of a second half. So now just casually coming up the floor is Ryan Zeke. He just crosses the timeline and picks up the dribble.
Give it to one of the bench players.
I don't understand that. Like, you bring the bench players in for 10 seconds, and then you go up and pick up you go into the victory formation. Like you say, throw it to one of the bench players and let him fire it. 65. Hilltoppers go down by 10, but this second half was even Steven, and both teams just played each other to a standstill. But that will do it. That'll be the end of the basketball season for Los Alamos. The girls, when they took their exit last night, the Hilltopper boys take their exit tonight, and I always hate to see this, the end of the basketball season. Broadcasting basketball is really fun, and I always hate to see this end of the season roll around. But we still have the state tournament next week, and I'll be going down to watch the tournament at least. And so, anyway, 65-55, Mike, the final score, and it was 17-10 at the end of the first quarter, 37-25 at the end of the half, 45-34 at the end of the third quarter, and the final score 65-55. So, are you all added up there?
I believe so. I believe I'm all added up.
All right.
So leading the charge tonight, Ricky Padilla. What a fourth quarter for the 5'9" senior for the Sun Devils. He finished with 18 points, 12 of those in that fourth quarter, and he was able to ultimately shut the door. Just a lot of good dribble penetration at a three-pointer in that fourth quarter. Just very, very impressive. When the Sun Devils really were not looking very good after the third quarter on offense.
No.
They needed somebody to step up, and Padilla grabbed that bull by the horns. So he finished with a game-high 18, and Andre Lujan had 9 points, actually shut out in the second half. He finishes with 9, and Malachi Jones ends up with 7 for the Toppers. 3 players in double figs. Nico Garcia ended up with 15. He had a nice second half for himself. A three-pointer and another bucket in the fourth quarter. He had 10 in that second half, 15 for the ball game, and 10 points for the freshman Josiah Fresquez. Very, very good first half for Josiah, and 10 points for Gavin Coy, who I swear I had him with like 7 fouls. I don't understand.
I know.
I have no clue what happened there with Gavin.
Every time they called a foul on him, I thought, that's it. He's done.
No, he wasn't even close. He went out willingly. I don't understand. But in any event, Gavin ended up with 10. Also for Los Alamos tonight, Wesley Stanfield had 7. All of those coming in the fourth quarter. Wesley trying to keep his team in the ball game late in that contest. Hit a nice three-pointer. And boy, Wesley he couldn't buy a break tonight.
No, he couldn't.
His foul magnetism was on full display this evening.
Yeah, he does that. He'll have games where they just lay a foul on him 1, 2, 3, 4, and he picks up 4 in the first half, and so many of them are just ticky tack. So.
Yeah, he had 4 fouls, 3 of which were barely fouled. I think he had 1 legitimate foul. And in the fourth quarter, he's swinging and grabbing and doing everything, and they wouldn't call anything on him.
When they had that steal situation where they called a timeout and gave it to Espanola.
Unbelievable.
Wesley was all over him. He wasn't holding back at all.
No, he was not. So 7 points for Wesley. Also for the Topper, 6 points for Roland Esch, 3 points for Elijah Ortiz, who he hit the three-pointer in the fourth quarter. I don't think he even took another shot the entire ball game.
That's the only shot he took that I can recall.
Owen Geiger with the bucket and Mark Cleland with the bucket, and that'll do it. 65-55 in favor of the Sun Devils. Good, solid effort again tonight for Los Alamos. Just really could not, offensively, just could not find the rhythm tonight. Got maybe a little bit in that fourth quarter finally, but that was mostly Wesley Stanfield. that was able to kind of get on track. But barring that, it was just offensively, the Toppers were all over the place. Sun Devils, they're going to score a fair amount of points. And to keep up, Los Alamos has to do something. They just could not find any rhythm tonight for themselves. That was unfortunate. But Los Alamos can't fault the effort. And nice season for Los Alamos for them, for Benito Ballestas. Ended up 5-3 in the district regular season. And we really didn't know what to expect going into district this season, Gene.
No.
The Toppers, for part of the non-district season looked very, very good. For part of the non-district season, they were completely unpredictable. So we had no idea what was going to happen. They really, in the first half of the district season, really didn't go all that hot for Los Alamos either.
No, it didn't. And then, of course, we're trying to get over the loss of Harrison Frank, who transferred to Del Norte.
Oh, and Harrison playing tonight as well. I think
against Silver.
Against Silver. So if that goes according to plan, the Sun Devils will host the Silver. What are they? The Fighting Colts?
Fighting Colts, yes.
Wow. So they've got a little bit of a road trip ahead of them.
Yeah, they really do. So.
But Sun Devils. We knew they were solid and they were going to be solid, and they weren't pretty tonight, but they got the offense. The defense was actually fairly good most of the night. Had a couple of breakdowns, but for the most part, it was theirs. You have to be able to, score on the other end, and Los Alamos just could not find the rhythm tonight.
No, they could not, and so that will do it. And so we want to thank Carol Clark and the Daily Post for making it a good, exciting basketball season for all of us, and so far for everything that we've covered, all the fall sports and this, and now we'll be heading into baseball and softball, and that'll be brought to you courtesy of the Los Alamos Daily Post and the fire department and the police department. Those two fine organizations also pitching in to help out, and we appreciate all of their support of Los Alamos High School athletics. So this is Gene Mortensen for Mike Mays and for John McHale. Final score was 65-55 as the Hilltoppers wrap up their season here in Espanola. So have a great weekend, everybody, and you can make it an even better weekend. All you have to do is put a little love in your heart. Don't forget to hug your penguin. But the most important thing you can always do is just be excellent to each other. And sweetie pie, I will love you forever and even longer if I can. Bye-bye, everybody.
Hello, I'm Commander Oliver Morris with the Los Alamos Police Department. It's an exciting time to live in Los Alamos. With the increase in hiring at the lab, we've seen more motorists and visitors come to Los Alamos. But with that, we've also seen an increase in traffic. And with traffic, we also get calls of distracted driving, speeding, and sometimes aggressive driving. Please join me in reducing these calls. Our officers are going to be out in force looking for these types of driving behavior. If you see something, please call us at our non-emergency line or our emergency line. We appreciate your partnership in helping keep our community safe, and thank you.
Hi, I'm Troy Hughes with Los Alamos Fire Department, reminding you that fall's upon us and winter's soon coming, so we'll start using our appliances more, like our furnace, our fireplaces. Make sure you get those appliances checked by a certified technician, especially the fireplaces. Make sure you've got a good chimney sweep, get that thing good and clean and ready to burn, and make sure you have a good working CO detector and smoke alarm in your home if you're going to use those appliances.